Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Roman Reigns played a crucial part in Jey Uso's career in the Stamford-based promotion. Today, Main Event Jey revealed how he influenced the original tribal chief to step up and enter the world of sneakers. From the right-hand man of the bloodline to Main Event Jey Uso evolved as a character on screen for years to come in the Stamford-based promotion. However, this change might not have happened if Roman Reigns hadn't aligned with Paul Heyman and created the bloodline on the blue brand. In an appearance on Complex, the host showed Uso a photo from 2015 where Reigns was in loafers. The 2025 Men's Royal Rumble winner revealed how he influenced Roman Reigns to get into sneakers, and the original tribal chief often tried to keep up with him about the latest releases. Hell yeah. Roman Reigns, he didn't even know how to dress right for real. If I really want to talk, he knows what it is. He's like, what's new? You know what I'm saying? He will always tap in, Uso said. From 1:46 to 2 o'clock. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso reunited in 2024. Last year, Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso went head-to-head against the New Bloodline on Friday Night SmackDown. However, Solo Sikoa's army outmatched the duo in numbers and crossed paths with the then Intercontinental Champion, Jey Uso. Main Event Jey warned them not to cross his path or come after him, and Solo Sikoa's bloodline did that. Later, the villainous faction cost Uso his title against Braun Breaker, and Jey Uso decided to get revenge when he cost the bloodline the WWE Tag Team Championship against the Motor City Machine Guns. In the coming weeks, Jey reunited with Reigns on WWE television for the first time in over a year against the New Bloodline. Later, Sami Zayn joined the fray and revived the original bloodline for a while. The group slowly disbanded after defeating Solo Sikoa's faction at WWE Survivor Series, War Games 2024. Jey Uso sat under the soft lights of a backstage interview set, his Ute shirt clinging to his chest after another hard-fought WWE Raw match. Sweat glistened on his brow, but his eyes sparkled with something else: truth, revelation, and a quiet pride. For years, he had been a loyal soldier, the right-hand man, the one who fell in line behind the tribal chief. But now, things were different. The bloodline, once a unified force led by Roman Reigns, was in disarray. And for the first time, Jey was ready to tell the world that it wasn't Roman who dictated every move. Sometimes, it was him. I know people don't see it like that, Jey began, brushing back his dreadlocks, but when you're that close to someone like Roman, you don't just follow orders, you shape the vision too. The cameras rolled. The production crew remained silent. No one wanted to interrupt what felt like a historic moment. Jey took a deep breath before continuing. A lot of people been saying Roman changed when he came back in 2020. That he became colder, smarter, meaner. But there's a part of that story no one knows. Roman didn't just flip a switch and become the tribal chief on his own. Nah. That persona? That power? That shift? I influenced that. I pushed that. He leaned forward, eyes intense. Back then, when he was sitting out during the pandemic, trying to figure out his next move, we'd talk. Long conversations. Family. Legacy. We talked about the days when we were just kids watching Uncle Rikishi and our pops, dreaming of WrestleMania moments. And I told him, straight up, if you want to lead us, you gotta do it different. Not like Cena. Not like The Rock. Do it your way. Own it. Be the head of the table. At the time, Jey said he didn't even know the weight of his own words. He was venting, speaking as a cousin who was tired of the Usos being overlooked. Tired of their story being pushed to the side while others took the spotlight. Man, we were tired, Us. Years of grinding. Tag titles, pre-shows, no mic time, no respect. I told Roman, if you step up and take it, the family gun follow. And more than that, you gotta demand respect. Make people acknowledge you. And Roman did. The tribal chief was born not just out of necessity, but out of vision, one that Jey had helped shape. But what followed surprised even him. Roman didn't just embrace dominance. He weaponized it. When he came back and wrecked Bray and Braun at Payback 2020, I ain't know he'd take it that far, Jey admitted. Next thing I know, he pulling me into that ring at Clash of Champions. And then Hell in a Cell? Bro. I didn't expect that. He paused, swallowing the lump in his throat. That I quit match, it hurt. I mean physically hurt, but emotionally too. That's my blood. And he was breaking me down, trying to make me fall in line. The irony wasn't lost on Jey. He had encouraged Roman to be a leader, to demand respect, but he hadn't anticipated being the first sacrifice on the altar of the tribal chief. "I created a monster," Jey said softly. "But deep down, I also knew it was needed. For Roman. For all of us. And once I healed, I didn't walk away. I joined him." "That choice," he said, "was calculated. I figured, if I can't beat him, maybe I can steer him. Maybe I can still have some control, some influence." And for a while, I did. Jey recounted private moments, times Roman would seek his counsel, asking his opinion on how to handle Jimmy, on who to trust, on whether Solo was ready for the spotlight. "It wasn't all Roman calling shots," Jey said. "He trusted me. He knew I had the pulse of the locker room. Knew I could feel things he couldn't." But as the Bloodline's power grew, so did the chaos. Paul Heyman's whispers. Jimmy's rebellion. Sami Zayn's rise and betrayal. And Solo Sikoa's cold-blooded allegiance. Eventually, Roman stopped listening, Jey admitted. Started thinking he was untouchable. "That's when I knew I had to bounce." He did. Walking out of SmackDown in a blaze of glory, declaring "I'm out of WWE" after superkicking Roman, Jimmy, and Solo. But even then, the bond with Roman wasn't severed, it was cracked, bleeding, but not broken. Recently, Jey said with a subtle smirk, "Roman called me. Not as the tribal chief. As Joe. He said, 'Oos, you were right. I lost sight. I forgot the reason we started this.'" That call, according to Jey, led to a stunning revelation. Roman was considering stepping away from the Bloodline, or at least reshaping it entirely. "He told me he's thinking about laying down the title. Not because he's scared. But because maybe it's time to evolve again." And that shocked me. Roman Reigns. Willingly surrendering the Universal Championship? Not officially, not yet, Jey clarified. But he's talking about it. About being more than just the tribal chief. About being a patriarch, guiding, not ruling. He said maybe it's time to let the next ones rise. Jacob Fatu. Solo. Even. Me. The possibility sent a buzz through the WWE universe. If Roman truly stepped back, it would be the end of an era, but the beginning of something new. And Jey Uso? He wouldn't just be a part of it, he'd be the architect. "You can say what you want about me," he said as the interview wrapped up. "But I'm more than just someone in Roman's shadow. I helped create the Bloodline as you know it. And now, I'm helping build what's next." With that, Jey stood up, rolled his shoulders, and flashed a confident smile. Yeet. And just like that, the story of the Bloodline took another unexpected turn, one shaped not by the tribal chief alone, but by the cousin who once whispered a vision. And changed WWE forever. Let me know if you'd like a follow-up where Roman responds or where Jacob Fatu makes his move.